Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this. And this is episode 2, season 2 for your weekly game complain. On this, there's really not that much to bitch about today or this week, but however, I will get into some things. First, we're going to talk about the Call of Duty killer. Second, we're going to move on to Dragon Age 2. And third, I'm going to stop doing gay voices. So let's get into it. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Kieran. If you don't know, that's how you pronounce my name. Kieran, not Kyran. Kieran. Oh, fuck. No, Kieran. That's quite correct. That's how you pronounce it. But what I want to talk to you about today is the Call of Duty killer. The one that will destroy Call of Duty, ironically enough, will be a Call of Duty. There is no way on this holy goddamn planet there is going to be one single game from a different company, than Activision, Infinity Ward, and or Treyarch, or Sledgehammer Games, or Raven Software, that will destroy, defeat, and beat Call of Duty at its own game, and at the sales box. It's not even a sales box. It's fucking, I was thinking of movies there, and it's not even called, it's called the box office. But you know, the box office of the video game world. What the hell's that called? The store. But in all seriousness, within the past 2 years, we will try and count the number of Call of Duty killers that there has. Well, no, actually, not the past 2 years, because we'll be here until the dying day. But we're going to count from the start of this year from the start of maybe middle of last year, we'll talk about how many Call of Duty killers there were going to be. There was going to be Halo Reach. Who plays Halo Reach anymore? Let's be honest. Not only that, but it is not a multi-platform game. Then we had, what did we have? I'm going to probably miss a few and skip a few, but I don't really care. Then we have at the moment, we have Crisis 2 at the moment. Probably a very popular PC game because Call of Duty for the past 2 years can't seem to get it right on the PC. We also have Homefront. It was billed as a Call of Duty killer. We're going to have Battlefield 3 towards the end of this year, along with the new Call of Duty, which will probably destroy the series. And I'm sure you can mention a hell of a lot more Call of Duty killers. But at the end of the day, let's have a look and see how many people are playing Homefront. Let's have a look at how many people are going to be playing Battlefield 3, Battlefield Bad Company 2, Battlefield 2, Battlefield 1943, Crisis 2, Halo, Resistance, and the big one, Killzone 3. These were all and are supposedly going to be Call of Duty killers. But do you notice that Call of Duty still sells over $1 billion worth of sales? Call of Duty still sells over millions and millions and millions of copies, and Call of Duty still has at any given time well over 100,000 people playing. And of course, I'm talking about the newest iterate. Now, I might come across here as a Call of Duty fanboy. Not true. Well, Call of Duty is probably my favorite FPS series because that's what I like to play. But coming from someone who can appreciate a good game, I can tell you that Battlefield 3 is going to be fucking amazing. Halo Reach, if you are good at it, is probably fucking amazing. Homefront is amazing. Well, might be amazing when I decide to pick it up. Bad Company 2 was amazing. Crisis 2 and Killzone, they weren't very good in my opinion, but a lot of people find them amazing. Now, we're not talking gameplay quality here, because if gameplay quality made these games killers, then Battlefield 3 would probably take the crown. But considering that Battlefield 3 will not sell, and I am willing to bet money on this, there is no way in the holy hell that Battlefield will set a new record for the most sales. There will never, ever, ever at any given time be over, 1 million people playing at one time, which there was on Call of Duty Black Ops and Modern Warfare 2. There will never, ever, 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 ever be that. And the reason why has got nothing to do with the game. It has got nothing to do with the gameplay. It's got nothing to do with the controls. It's got nothing to do with how good the game is. It's how EA sucks dick when it comes to marketing, and how Activision are money-hungry whores who will throw out billions of dollars to promote their game. If you saw that video with Jimmy Kimmel and Kobe Bryant and everyone else in the real-life trailer, which why you would want real life in a trailer for a video game is still a concept I am yet to fathom, you will know, and you will now know, that video cost more to produce than the entire game of Black Ops. That is how dedicated Activision are to pushing this game to the people. And the people respond. Battlefield 3 is going to be a great game, yes. But does Battlefield 3, and has the previous Battlefields, promoted themselves to a casual audience. And can you be a casual audience and pick up Battlefield and Battlefield 3? No, I don't think you can. Can you pick up Black Ops? Can you pick up Modern Warfare 2? Can you pick up World at War and Call of Duty 4 and instantly understand and be good at it? Yes, you can. And let's now you can think that Call of Duty. We'll talk about Black Ops in this one, seeing as though it's the newest in the series. People talk about Black Ops as if it were the Antichrist. Respectfully, Black Ops is fun to play. Like most Call of Duties are fun to play, and just because you and your 3 friends don't like Call of Duty does not mean that the hundreds of millions of people that surely bought it don't think that it's a good game. Most of them think it's an awesome game, hence why there are hundreds of thousands of people playing it. Are there a lot that think it's bad? Of course there are, and that number will only increase. But to the casual audience, who seems to be the majority now, as you can see with the Kinect and the Move and the Wii selling as much as they do, well, the Move not so much, because I predicted that to be a piece of shit, and was the prediction correct? Yes. And stuff like that. You can see that the casual market shines. Now, don't get me wrong. I love hardcore games. I'm a hardcore gamer. I'm looking forward to Battlefield 3. Battlefield 3 will shit all over the new Call of Duty. There is no denying it. And you want to know why? Gameplay aside, we don't even have to play the game. All we need to know is that Modern Warfare 3 will not feature new graphics, will not feature a newer engine, will not feature new gameplay, because that modus operandi, how do you say it? I don't speak pig Latin. The way that they make those games, you wonder why Call of Duty never changes from about Call of Duty 4. You wonder why. If you were pulling in that many sales, why would you want to change it? Look at Killzone 3. Look at Crysis 2. Look at Halo Reach. Look at all these other games that were really, that come from an extremely popular series. Can I see any more on the shelf? Look at Fallout New Vegas. Look at Bioshock 2. Look at these. Look at Dragon Age 2. Look at these games that are sequels that changed the formula that worked. The hardcore fans, or the big fans of the series, walked away and said it was shit, because they don't like when you change the formula. Now, Call of Duty is in the hard position of, if they change, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because if they change the formula, when it was announced they were going to try and turn it into an action-adventure game, everyone screamed for the hills. When they don't announce that it's going to be an action-adventure game, everyone screams for the hills. You cannot win. You are better sticking to the same pattern than deviating from a business standpoint. Sure, the game might not be good, but sales will be, and especially if you have the name Call of Duty slapped on the front. There will never, ever be a Call of Duty killer, and if there is, it will be a Call of Duty game. Because the formula will get so stale and so boring that they will, or they might, have to change it. And when they change it, we will go heading for the hills. If they don't change it, we will go heading for the hills. So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. There will never, ever be a Call of Duty killer from a different company, guaranteed. Guaranteed. Now, back to my original point, I can tell you that Battlefield 3 will be better than the new Call of Duty. Of course it will. When you have a game being developed by 4 different studios, Treyarch are helping, Infinity Ward doing single player, Raven Software and Sledgehammer Games doing the online and co-op, using the same source, using the same engine, the same DLLs, the same game files, there are sure to be fucking hiccups, and especially when they started production 2 weeks after the release of Black Ops. If you don't know how long it takes to make a game, think of this. Black Ops took 2 years, Modern Warfare 2 took 2 years, World at War took 2 years, and Call of Duty 4 took 2 years. That is the general consensus of how long a Call of Duty game takes. Now, within that, if you have a year to make it, then you can assume that the game should be finished within 8 months, 7 months, and then leave the other months to beta testing, editing the game, upgrading the game, and marketing and sales. That is where the time will be spent. You cannot tell me that Battlefield 3, that has been in development before half of my viewers were even born, that Call of Duty will be the better game. And that's not to say that there aren't Call of Duty fanboys out there. Of course there are, that will defend it till its dying day. But at the end of the day, Call of Duty is damned if they do, and damned if they don't. Now, Dragon Age 2. Awesome. Awesome game. I think I'm up to the second chapter, or the second act, whatever you want to call it. That is where I'm up to. It is amazing thus far. It is very good thus far. If you were a fan of the first one, this is my generic tie to say that you will enjoy the second one, regardless of the reviews. The only bad things are that they repeat environments quite a bit, and it does get very noticeable towards the end of the game, and a lot of PC players will be pissed off that it's not as Baldur's Gate or Dungeon and Dragon-y as the first one. Heaven behold if BioWare wanted to take a step in the right direction. But it is an awesomely fun game. It's got a huge amount of replayability. Your character has a voice instead of looking like an autistic twat during the cutscenes like they did in Dragon Age 1 or Dragon Age Origins. I really despise when people say Bioshock 1 or Call of Duty 1 or Dragon Age 1. No, Dragon Age, Call of Duty, Bioshock, get it together. The sequel should be called 2, not the first one, should be called First. Bollocks! So, if you're a big fan of the first one, go and pick it up. You'll love it. Regardless of what people say, you will. There's really nothing else to talk about. When I beat the game, I'll do my review video for you guys, my review and thoughts. So leave your comments in the comment section. Rate, comment, and subscribe, as you guys usually do. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. Have a good one. What else can I say? That's it. Au revoir.